This time, a Battle of the Bulge treasure hunt for a very discerning Russian client.
He wants it in Battle of the Bulge colours.
Right.
You're breaking me heart, you're breaking me heart. 3,000, I'll take it away now.
But it's thirsty work picking our way across Belgium.
It do us a favour, have a budget that me farmers are playing.
It's never going to move, is it?
It might do, it might fall over.
What is that?
I asked if you wanted a small beer, you said a big beer.
Gallon.
Back home, the twins are building bridges.
I wouldn't put 8 tons over it. No. I wouldn't even ride a bike over it.
All so I can turn rusty relics into Russian rubles.
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
I'm Bruce Crompton.
What's happening to minefield?
I buy, fix up and sell old military kit.
Is this for sale? €1 million. Yeah? Get yourself a deal.
Hoos is my right-hand man.
Let's get it done, eh?
He keeps an eye on the cash.
We've got to make a profit on it.
Ex-Power Freddy is my weapons expert.
Yes. That's not bad, is it?
Twins Nick and Phil run the workshop. There ain't a military machine out there they can't fix.
There are worse jobs.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying. Phil, Nick, here. I've got a couple of changes I need you to help me with.
All right.
You know that German half-track, the 251?
Yeah.
Well, I've got it sold, but the guy wants it as a German pioneer vehicle.
Yeah.
A Russian client called Slava agreed to buy my £300,000 German infantry vehicle, known as a 251. Wheels at the front, tracks at the back. A troop carrier. But just a week before I'm meeting him at a military fair in Europe to seal the deal, Slava now wants it specially modified into a Pioneer 251. A vehicle that was used by German combat engineers to carry all their kit. The Pioneer would have mine detectors in, mines, ropes, but the main item that they all carried were 2 8-ton bridges.
On top.
On top. Germany's Pioneer Corps were the equivalent of the British Army sappers, and the most distinctive thing on their vehicles were these 2 portable bridges strapped on the top. We've got some bridges somewhere. There's some kicking out the back.
Yeah.
I need you to find them, pull them out, restore them. These vehicles were used throughout World War II, but Slava's obsession is the Battle of the Bulge. This iconic battle was the beginning of the end for Hitler's war, and Slava wants his 251 to look like it was there. He wants it in Battle of the Bulge colours.
Right.
I'm going to go off now to Belgium because I've got all kinds of kit to pick out from there that we can put inside.
OK.
I've been getting stuff from the Battle of the Bulge area for 30-odd years. I absolutely love going over there, so I'm excited.
OK.
The Battle of the Bulge took place in the Ardennes forests of Belgium, so that's where I'm headed. I'll leave you to it. I'll find Freddie, let you
See
go.
what we can do.
Cheers, Freddie. Pack your thong, we're off to Belgium. Looking out across the beautiful channel, it's easy to forget we're heading towards the scene of one of the Second World War's bloodiest battles. In the winter of 1944, Hitler launched a last desperate Western offensive. His generals begged him not to do it. Already fighting on 2 fronts with the Allies in the west and the Russians in the east, German men and machinery were in short supply. Hitler ignored his generals. 28 divisions of troops, 500,000 men and a new Panzer Army were created to attack a weak spot in the Allied lines. And it worked, at least to begin with. American troops were caught off guard and forced into retreat. German troops poured through the gap, creating the bulge that gave the battle its name. It was a crucial encounter, fought over the same ground as the World War I Battle of the Ardennes. Early 20th century, you wouldn't have wanted a holiday cottage here.
This place is really special to me. The Battle of the Bulge is something I've always been interested in. Yeah, Dragon's teeth, look.
Oh, well, yeah.
We got beyond the Siegfried line here. Here, pull over, pull over. Look at that, well, I'll be. These are what's called dragon's teeth, built by the Germans. They're like a tank trap. This is the famous Siegfried line. You know, you're going to hang out watching on Siegfried. Well, this is it.
The Siegfried line was built in the First World War to defend Germany. And in World War II, Hitler reinforced it with these concrete so-called dragon's teeth to help keep back the tanks.
So the Germans are being bunkers if this is a purpose-built defence.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the poor old Americans, they'll be dug in a foxhole, like a little slit trench to give them a bit of protection from the elements, enemy fire, that sort of thing. Can you imagine trying to dig a foxhole in this?
Or sleep in it. Temperatures dropped as low as minus 18 degrees Celsius during the offensive.
Let's go and have a look. There could be a broken or half one, and if I can roll it in the car, I want a dragon's tooth, mate. I need one, a garden ornament. Do us a favour, have a budget at me farmers are playing.
It's never going to move, is it?
It might do, it might fall over. Go on, give
Been
it
there nearly 100 years already.
Well, it might. That's why it might be rotten. Go on, put it back into it. Go on.
Only kidding, this is a historic monument. And we'd never fit it in the car.
I just saw it move.
It's not going nowhere, Bruce.
That ain't moving.
Not in 100 years.
That's a shame. I wanted a bit of the Siegfried line. Never mind.
The Nazis poured huge numbers of tanks and other armoured vehicles into the Battle of the Bulge. But by this stage of the war, they were running out of fuel. You can have the biggest and best tanks in the world, but if they run out of petrol, it's just an oversized paperweight. That's why so many German vehicles were abandoned here, and why this area is such rich pickings.
We're going to see a very good friend of mine called Michel, who owns a museum called December 44. Now, you're going to love the museum, but on top of that, he has already phoned and told me that when I come here, he's got something special to go in my Pioneer.
And what's he got sitting on the drive? The German tank that had everything, except petrol. The legendary, awesome King Tiger.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing.
Is that just the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life?
Well, you wouldn't expect to find it in a little village like this.
I reckon you'd probably get between 15 and 20 million for this, if it was done up.
Bit out of my price range.
Oh, yeah. You get a mortgage. Let's go and see Michel, see what he's got for it.
This village in the Glaze saw some of the most fierce fighting, and a lot of the abandoned war material was rescued and preserved by Michel in his museum.
There's the man himself, Michel. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Yeah, fine. This is Freddie.
Nice
You
to
see,
meet
I
you.
brought him because he's got money burning a hole in his pocket. Can we have a look?
We can do that.
After you, mate. Cheers.
I only brought enough to get us in, Bruce.
Michel's place is stuffed to the rafters, so we're starting in the attic where he stashes kit he puts aside for discerning customers like yours truly.
Is that a German churn?
Yep.
Look, German paint on a milk churn. Nice. Hang on a minute. Where'd you get this?
We got this from La Glaze. It's someone little stove for his house, or I don't know, for
Well,
a
I can
train
tell ya.
or-
It is a stove, you're absolutely right, but it's a stove for a vehicle. But mainly goes in a German Pioneer. And this little heater, they could put wood, they could burn coal, all kinds of things in there.
Pioneer vehicles were used at the Bulge to support tanks and troops. A Pioneer crew could huddle in their vehicles for days in the freezing cold. This little wood-burning stove could literally save their lives. 1944 was one of the worst winters on record. Exactly what Hitler hoped for. The success of his plan relied on the Ardennes' freezing fog, restricting Allied air support. On the bleak, icy morning of December the 16th, the Nazis mounted their surprise attack. In the first wave, 200,000 German troops descended on just 80,000 startled Americans. In panic, many of them were forced to flee, and in the days that followed, more than 7,000 surrendered to the Germans. And this little stove was there.
You know, it's going to be nice to put in a museum now that I know what it is.
No, listen.
I was going to throw it away.
No, well, listen, I'll throw it away for you.
Not
I'm
anymore.
quite happy to throw it away for you.
Not anymore.
Go and throw that in the skip.
I have no idea what it's worth.
I'll give you €1,000 for that. I'll give you €1,000 here and now, and I'll take it away. Because it would go in the Pioneer that we're doing. You're sitting up there gathering dust, €1,000.
Yeah, it's a good offer, but...
What about 1,100? Nice price. Come on, I'm freezing me cobblers off up here. You know you want to. Come on.
Okay.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm very, very happy. Right, let's get this out of here quick before he changes his mind.
It pays to know your Belgium onions. If I hadn't come along, he might have chucked this out. But now for the kit I came for.
This is for the 251 Pioneer. The mine detector. Now, first of all, the head. That's the most important piece. That's here as well.
Pioneer 251s had their own metal detectors to find landmines, as one of their many roles was clearing a path for advancing troops. Electricity flows through the head, creating a magnetic field. Anything metal underneath the head disturbs the field and sets off the alarm.
So the Pioneer show on the manifest list one of these, OK, along with all the mines and bits and pieces. So that goes like...
That goes on your back.
Yeah, that's it. And then this hooks
That
on
hangs
there.
on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too heavy and cumbersome.
It's not,
but you wouldn't want to be the bloke walking through the minefield searching for the mines.
On the attack, Pioneer soldiers are clearing mines. In the retreat, they're laying mines. But if the tide turns, they get in a right pickle, because they could end up blowing up their own men.
Have you got an idea how much you want for it?
I was thinking 35.
3,500.
Yeah.
£3,100. That's a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. How does 2,750 sound?
No, that's too low. I'm afraid that's not gonna work.
You got to nudge a little bit. I mean, 2,750. Come on.
Oh, that's too low. I already closed the box.
All right, listen. You're breaking me heart. You're breaking me heart. 3,000. 3,000. I'll take it away now. Come on. You know you want to. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm very happy with that.
We're on a roll. A Pioneer mine detector from the Battle of the Bulge to go in Slava's 251. On the way out, I spot something that'll help with the €4,000 I've spent in 4 minutes.
Is that morphine?
Yeah, that's the morphine cigarette. It's pretty rare, actually, specifically in that good condition.
That's interesting. So you take the top up, punch it in yourself, and squeeze it in.
Yeah, one dose, and then you throw it away.
And that's an original one, yeah?
That's an original one.
Unused.
Yeah.
And look, it's interesting. It actually says poison there.
The German didn't have that single-shot morphine. They were using powder, they were mixing. And yeah, in Normandy, they found out about the morphine cigarette, and they captured some that were dropped in the German zone. And we had a German medic who told us that he was still using the American morphine in the next campaign that he got in Normandy, which is amazing. And
So
it was just like a revolution for them.
Yeah.
As the battle ebbed and flowed, opposing sides would loot each other's kit. And by the end of the war, you had Russians wearing German boots, British soldiers driving Panther tanks, and Germans injecting American morphine.
What's the price of these, Michelle?
€175.
That's a lot of money.
Is that because of the stuff that's in it, or is that...
I don't know, no.
Because it's quite rare, you know.
I mean, 175, but it's rare. Where are you going to find a little thing like that? I'll have that. Thanks, Michelle. It's lovely. OK. €800? How's that?
900 sounds better.
I bet it does.
That one's solid as well. What we're going to do is get these nice and hot then, nice red hot.
While I'm picking Pioneer parts in Belgium, I've left the twins tracking down 2 bridge sections to go on the Pioneer 251 vehicle. We have just a week before the deal's supposed to be sealed, so they have to find them, fix them and fit them for the Battle of the Bulge obsessed Slava.
Right, let's find this bridge. It must be up here somewhere. Ages ago, Bruce bought and has since mislaid a couple of pioneer bridge sections. They work like ramps to get tanks and trucks on and off floating pontoons and across ditches. What's this here? Is that a bridge? Oh, yeah. That's one. Is there another one there, or is it just the only one?
Yeah, it's down here.
Bingo! 2 pioneer bridging ramps. But that's where the good news ends. No, that one's solid as well.
The moving parts have rusted solid.
Let's just drop it down here for a minute. But in this game, you get used to rust, so we have a few tricks up our sleeves. What we're going to do is get these nice and hot then, nice red hot.
If you heat the rusty moving parts, the metal expands.
Then you pour on cold water, which makes the metal contract, loosening the rust in the process. Works every time. This is what they call an 8-ton bridge, because it'll actually carry 8 tons. I wouldn't put 8 tons over it. No. I wouldn't even ride a bike over it.
To clear the rest of the rust, we need to get these shot blasted.
Then we'll know how much good metal there is and whether these sections are still safe to use. You know, it could be a bridge too far, couldn't it?
Back in Belgium, Freddie and Self are heading to our next pick.
Matthew and his father, OK, have been collecting for years. He's been collecting since he was 6.
Matthew lives in Malmedy, where on the second day of the Battle of the Bulge, German tank crews threw their full might against the Americans.
He has this real passion for the history of the Battle of the Bulge, and so have I.
For the Germans, the battle was the last major Western offensive of the war, and the scale reflects it. 500,000 German soldiers, 1,500 tanks and assault guns.
Morning,
How you doing?
Bruce.
All right, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
This is
All right,
Freddie.
Matthew. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're looking for any pioneer parts in the area. We're doing a big circuit, so anything that you might have that we could be interested in.
I have some
You've got
stuff.
it here, yeah? Lovely, lovely. We love sheds and barns and garages.
Oh, look.
That's what we want, mate. Lovely. Oh, this
There's
is what
plenty of stuff in here. Look, a big old tennis racket.
Blimey hell, look at that. It's a 34, I think. Are these boots?
Boots, German boots, yeah.
Jack boots, yeah?
So sometimes you can find bones inside.
Bones inside.
Yeah.
It's a bit grim, isn't it?
Yeah. There's loads of stuff here, Freddie, look. Look at that. It's a pistol.
So many lives lost, and so much equipment lost in the freezing mud of the Ardennes. Locals uncover them, and Matthew buys them.
Oh, yeah. Pioneer sword.
German.
Yeah, nice. And this is for being carried by the pioneers, but they would be in the pioneer vehicles as well. And pioneers needed things like this when they were setting charges, clearing stuff out of the way, clearing bridges, clearing wood. They seem very good, Nick.
Because pioneer combat engineers, among other things, had to clear and lay mines, in battle they were normally first in and last out. And when you're in the heat of battle and caught short with the wrong amp fuse for your mine detector, you can't just pop into your local DIY store. So pioneer vehicles were a bit like a mobile shed.
If we're going to rig out the Pioneer with all the kit, it's these type of tools that we need, because the troops inside would have had these. What is the price of that?
I could do it for 280 euros.
280 euros, yeah? I ain't even going to argue that. It's in really good nick. Thank you, sir. Lovely. That's broke the ice. Really nice.
A near mint Pioneer soldiers saw for a Pioneer 251. It's these little details that are going to get Slava to part with his hard-earned rubles.
Oh, hold it. What's this?
That's a winter camouflage made by civilian for the GIs.
They were made by the locals for the American troops, yeah?
Yeah, because they did not get their snow camouflage from the army. And they asked to the civilian to make them for them.
Well, I didn't know that. That's new to me.
The Americans were about the best equipped troops of the war, but the harsh Belgian winter caught them off guard. GIs used straw to insulate their frozen boots, and due to sleeping in open foxholes, thousands were treated for frostbite. But more deadly were their green uniforms. The Germans could spot them a mile off, desperately tried to camouflage against the snow, they used anything white they could lay their hands on, from long johns to curtains.
The civilians making stuff for the Allied forces, they're taking a great risk. If the Germans come back again, they're going to be punishing them for that.
It's not exactly our bag, but it's an interesting bit of history.
Ooh,
What is it?
a little box with Father Christmas on it.
I know what that is. Listen, the Americans during the war were really big into letting their soldiers know that people at home were thinking about them. So the Postal Service and the American Army did a lot to make sure that they got their mail, and even at Christmas they would produce all kinds of things to allow the troops to send stuff back to America and vice versa.
Well, it boosts morale, both for the blokes on the front line and the families back at home.
I mean, the cartoon depicts American soldiers capturing Santa, and it actually says prisoner of the day. It also says on there, copyright is made by the stocking company. So I would think this is a box containing stockings that you could probably buy at the PX store and send home.
Hitler despised American capitalism, but look what it could do. While ordinary Germans were struggling to eat due to the Fuhrer's relentless war, American troops in Europe were buying American-made stockings and sending them home as gifts to their girlfriends.
That's really nice, isn't it? 20 euros?
Yes.
Thanks, that's really nice.
It's not my Christmas present then.
No, you've had that,
That's a great bit of history for 20 euros, but Pioneer accessories are what we came for.
Oh, hang on, what's that? Pull that out.
Well, it's,
The German radio, Felfu.
troops on the ground, they're going to want to get hold of the Pioneers up in their vehicles so they can come and clear minefields, clear obstacles, or lay minefields if need be. They're still this sort of size in the modern army nowadays, you know, and about the same weight.
How much is that?
1100 euros.
I mean, 800 euros? How's that?
900 sounds better.
I bet it does. 900? All right, I can live with 900, yeah. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Lovely. All right, well, look, let's load everything up. I've got to pay, so if you can load these bits up, we're off.
Having forked out over £5,000 in one day's picking, I'm left thirsting for some spirit-restoring Belgian beer.
This is nice.
It is really nice.
I've been coming to this hotel for 30 years, and Freddie is about to discover one of its biggest attractions.
Hello, Lorenzo. Nice to see you again. Bruce. We've had a really good day's picking. We've found some really nice bits, haven't we?
Good.
Do you want half a lager to calm you down?
No, I'll have a big one. It's been a fair old
You sure
day.
you want a big beer? OK.
What is that?
I asked you if you wanted a small beer.
A
You said
pint,
big
not
beer.
a gallon.
Eyes are bigger than your stomach, again. Now, you've got to drink that.
The bladder's going to be bigger than my stomach by the time I finish that.
Look, I'll finish mine, you finish yours. I'm done, hurry up.
I'll catch you up.
God, it chucks up in here, Freddie. That's a king tiger barrel. Look at the dimension of the bore.
It's bigger, isn't it?
Mil? Yeah.
We're in the Ardennes, right on the Belgium-German border. I'm following a lead. Lorenzo, the local hotel owner, told me there's a farmer somewhere around here with spare parts for German Pioneer Corps vehicles, which I'm kitting out for my Russian buyer. And with just days before my meeting with Slava, I need all the help I can get.
His map says the farm is down here. But I wish he'd written it in English.
So much history is buried here in the mud, and most of it is dug up by farmers. So that's where I'm heading.
Oh, here it is, down here, look. This is it.
To a farmer, the rusty remains of 2 world wars, or more or less junk. So the prices should be rock bottom.
Bonjour, Monsieur Pascal.
Oui.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. God, it chucks up in here, Freddie. Smells like your feet. Morning, sir. Pascal, yes?
Pascal,
This
oui.
is Freddie.
Bonjour, enchanté.
Lorenzo Pomme de Vert. Telephone, we look militaire.
Yes.
Possible, yes?
Si, si, canon.
Canon.
Voilà.
Voila.
Super canon.
This is getting easy.
Sadly, my French is not quite as good as my Flemish Russian or Italian?
Le superbe canon.
Fingers crossed. I don't know what cannon he's on about. Go on, in you go.
Regardez.
Oh, look at that.
It's a tank barrel.
I've been looking for that for 30 years.
No kidding. I've been on the trail of this exact barrel. To me, it's a historic relic from one of the greatest battles in history. To my farmer friend, it's just a bit of scaffolding holding up his barn.
It was in a book called After the Battle, Battle of the Bulge, and there's a photograph, and that's it. A panther barrel holding up a roof. That's the original one I've been looking for. Never, ever thought I'd find it. I thought it had gone. I mean, that's incredible. It's probably been up there since they rebuilt the place after the war.
Hitler threw everything into the Battle of the Bulge. Losing it meant losing the war. Many hundreds of German tanks were destroyed, captured or abandoned, along with many thousands of other armoured vehicles. Even the Luftwaffe was obliterated. And to top it all, the effort caused the Nazis to run out of petrol. That's what makes this relic so interesting.
Ultimately, it comes from the glaze, and it's complete. I've got to have that, mate. I mean, I don't know how far in the ground it goes. Magnificent, monsieur. Could I buy, purchase, take to England, yo-ho?
Non, 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 non. Sinon, tout va tomber, tout va casser.
Right, right.
Pascal cares more about his barn collapsing than selling me this barrel. But I'll be back with a bottle of scotch and an RSJ to convince him. Meanwhile, let's see what else he's dug up.
Voilà.
Oh, more?
Ici. Ça.
Oh, it looks like a potato sack.
Freddie, that ain't no potato sack. That is the cartridge holding bag that goes under the MG42 in the front of our Pioneer. I've never seen one of them.
Imagine hundreds of spent cartridges rolling around the floor of your 251. You'd be sliding around like Torval and Dean. So the Pioneer's MG42 had one of these bags to catch them.
How can you tell it's a pucker thing, though?
Well, first of all, by the canvas. It's got the red stripe running through it and Waffenamp stamp on it, an eagle and swastika. That's why it's original. Now, I've never seen one. I want one badly. The thing is, it's how much he wants for it. Sir, cost, Connor?
Non. Cadeau pour toi.
Me?
Oui, cadeau pour toi.
Yeah.
Si.
Oh,
Avec les... C'est pour mettre les...
yeah, sticks, yeah. He says a potato.
Oh, is that my dinner, is it?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much.
I'm liking Pascal more and more. I think he's feeling guilty for not selling me his scaffold pole.
Voilà.
Ah, here, look.
C'est pas bien?
Fantastic. It's a panther barrel.
You look for one more than years until you come home at once.
Freddie, that's a King Tiger muzzle brake. That's an 88 barrel. Look at the dimension of the bore.
Yeah, it's bigger, isn't it?
The 70-ton King Tiger was the greatest, heaviest German tank of all. Hitler considered it a Wunderwaffen, or wonder weapon, that might turn the tide. It was notoriously hard to kill, but the biggest tank in the world is no good if it ain't got no petrol, and the King Tiger was a right royal gas guzzler. The Germans lost 20 of them at the Bulge, and this was part of one of them. After the war, most of them were sold as scrap, and 70 ton of steel is worth a few quid. So this really is a find.
This is marvellous. Where do you see them or these? Now, I've never seen a King Tiger one myself, ever, right? So for me, I want that badly, but this is even better. Monsieur, Costa, Quanta Costa, good price, longer, under the table?
Ah, je sais pas.
1000.
1000?
Yeah, €1,000.
Oh, 1000?
Yeah,
Plus?
good.
Very good.
Merci, monsieur. €1,000. It's historically really important, so is that, but that, for €1,000, we're happy. I've had a good day. You're buying dinner tonight. That is absolutely fantastic.
There's a mere handful of surviving King Tigers in the world, and precious few parts. So I'll have buyers queuing up for this.
Thank you, monsieur. Wonderful.
Merci.
Wonderful. I'm coming back for that next year.
How's it going then? All right.
Right, yeah.
pretty thin in places, isn't it? It's pretty
Yeah,
rotten, isn't it?
it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed there's some back here.
The Pioneer bridges are back from the shot blasters. And now we need to apply a protective primer coat of red oxide, rust-proofing paint, just like the Germans would have. But with 70 years of rust eating away at them, I doubt their 8-ton limit still stands.
It ain't going to take a lot of weight. Be
No.
careful what you put over it. What this does need, though, are all blocks of wood along it. Bolts go down. Yeah, bolted on.
The wooden blocks on top would have provided grip for the vehicle's tracks or tyres. Bruce left us with some old photos of Pioneer bridges for reference and another key piece for our research.
Nick, this is one of the bridge pieces of wood. Feel how light that is? It's not oak, is it?
No, not oak. That's
just ordinary pine, isn't it? Yeah. I'm amazed. I would have thought that would have been oak.
You've got to lift these things up on the vehicle.
Yeah, it's quite a long way up.
It's heavy enough as it is.
Yeah.
Having this original wooden tread is invaluable. For a start, I'd never have thought of using pine, but it makes sense. It's light and it's malleable. What are these bolts for?
There's like a batten that goes across here to give the vehicle grip as it drives over, I suppose. That's amazing. I mean, that will give me some dimensions anyway. I can work from that.
Time to replicate my one piece of authentic tread. What have we got here?
Oh, yeah, typical German. Round numbers.
From the reference pictures, I know I need 14 wooden blocks or treads for each bridge section. Nick will paint them and the bridge a colour called Dunkelgelb. German vehicles in the Battle of the Bulge would have been painted this colour. Slava will be a very happy man.
Before the Battle of the Bulge, Hitler told his generals to show no mercy to the enemy. But here at Malmedy, what the SS did was both cruel and very stupid.
Pull in here. See the memorial there, look? Just pull in here. This is somewhere quite important here. Right.
Winston Churchill called the Bulge the greatest American battle of the war. And this memorial explains why, against overwhelming odds, they fought so hard.
This is the famous memorial of the Malmedy massacre. Now come over the road and I'll explain what happened.
On the Eastern Front, the Nazis simply murdered Russian prisoners of war. And here at Malmedy, they decided to mete out the same treatment to the Americans. One of those responsible was an SS officer called Joachim Peiper.
So, December 1944, Joachim Peiper's battle group, they're on their assigned route, but the Americans were on their way to St. Vith. They came up the hill here. Piper's lead elements from the other side of those woods, right, saw them and engaged them and took them prisoner. Now, all the prisoners were herded into that field, while the rest of Piper's column carried on round here. One of the crew of his tank came out the hatch, right, and he fired into the Americans, killing 2 guys straight away. They split and ran. Some ran that way towards Malmedy, some escaped to the woods, but the majority of them were murdered in that field. And it was advertised throughout the armed forces in the area, do not surrender to SS or paratroopers because they're not taking prisoners. And it really did stiffen the Americans because the Americans had suffered some of the worst surrenders of their troops in their history. And it pretty much stopped after that.
Killing 84 American POWs, stupid move. It teaches every American soldier that they have to fight to the death. So when the Easy Company of the 101st Airborne found themselves surrounded by German troops in Bastogne, they dug their heels in. After 2 days of fierce fighting, the Germans gave the Americans an ultimatum: surrender or die. The Americans did neither. They held out till reinforcements arrived, and Herman gets what's coming. The actions of Easy Company were immortalised in the TV series Band of Brothers.
For me, it's something worth coming to every time I come here.
Losing the Battle of the Bulge sealed the fate of the Nazis. But the irony is that now, instead of fighting the Americans, most ordinary Germans were praying that they would take over Germany before the Soviet Red Army could take their revenge.
It's not going to work. It's bending.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. minefield!
Our brand new wooden treads are on the bridge sections and the Pioneer is back from the paint shop. It's now in period camo colours that Bruce's Russian client will love. And with his lordship back from Belgium, this will free up Freddie.
I mean, you've done a cracking job on the bridges. We need to get these brackets on first.
Yeah.
We grab one of them, mate.
This is not an easy job, so I'm here with my boy Lewis to lend some muscle.
Lovely job.
Right, that one fits all right.
Bruce wants the Pioneer ready pronto. He's already seeing the rubles rolling in.
Oh, dear me.
With a bit of luck, we'll get that into position.
Each bridge weighs well over 100 kilos, and none of us are getting any younger, apart from Lewis. I'm struggling already.
3, 2, 1. There you go, no problem. Bit more. That doesn't half transform it instantly, doesn't it?
No,
We've got just enough time to give it a final once-over before Bruce has to head to the military fair to do the deal with Slava.
Whoa! Really, really cool. That's come out better than I thought. You don't appreciate how big it is until you get them bridges on, do you?
Talk about gobsmacked. The boys have done a cracking job.
I am very, very pleased with it. The colour's awesome, mate. He's going to be over the moon with that.
And the Pioneer picks from the Ardennes will be the icing on the cake for Slava.
Right, is everything inside it?
Yeah, we've got the mine detector in there, Pioneer saw, the bag for catching the empty cases.
Yeah.
We haven't put the heater in there yet. It still needs a little bit more work.
OK, I want to video it for the buyer, right? So I want to pull it out. I have a cunning plan to deploy the bridges, and then I'm going to get you to drive something over it.
Whoa, you sure? You really sure?
Back on like a banana, will they?
No, they're fine, mate.
I have a suspicion Bruce won't be the one to do the drive of death over these dodgy bridges.
Obviously, though, we're going to use Phil because he's the lightest, just in case you are
OK,
right,
that's
all right?
good idea. Fantastic.
Right, let's just try it, see how we get on. I'll see you in the top field.
OK, see you later.
Showing Slava the new Pioneer 251 will leave him drooling and in no mood to haggle with old Brucey. Seeing it glide across the fields, I'm transported back to the battlefields of World War II.
Right, now this is me big scene. Welcome to the Battle of the Bulge. You're the Pioneer crew, so I'm going to be filming you from a location over there, and you're going to clear the area for the retreating Germans. They're your mates. You're trying to save them, all right?
Crikey.
Fire up, Lewis.
Let's go, come on.
Onward and upward.
To make it authentic, I'd like the boys to show the same enthusiasm as a genuine German Pioneer crew. And for even more authenticity, I've laid a nice surprise for them.
Come on, come forward, come forward. What's happening to minefield? What was that?
Not a real landmine, obviously. They're far too expensive.
Use the German mine detector.
You better bring that box out, Lewis.
There's other mines there.
I get the idea of what he's on about now. I bet he's got something else planted in there. We better find it.
It wasn't just Pioneer crews having to clear mines. Allied sappers were doing the same thing and still do.
Listen, I haven't got a lot of battery.
Right, in a minute. Hang on.
The guys follow in my footsteps for obvious reasons.
And no, Bruce, there could be all kinds of stuff out here.
Go to the left a little bit.
I mean, this is worrying enough. Worrying what Bruce has put in the ground, but
Yeah.
imagine doing this for real.
Oh.
Left again.
You can see he's buried something here.
Yeah. It's a bit dead giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really want to dig it up. The gate hinge.
Oh.
Awesome.
A gate hinge poses little threat to life and limb. The next challenge, however, will be more interesting.
Hold it. I mean, there's no way we're going to be able to drive through there, is
No.
Oi, hurry up. Inventory's here. I've got to get across. Where's my bridge? You got to imagine we're being chased out of the Bulge by the Americans, and I've got to get across the bridge. I've got to test it.
He actually wants to use the bridges.
Let's go, let's go.
Losing all that rust has weakened these bridge sections. Originally, they would have easily been strong enough to take the weight of a 251, but not anymore.
Come on, they don't look that heavy.
Pioneer crews regularly lugged these bridges by hand. But by late war, with Germany's resources dwindling, they would have been on meagre rations.
Go to the edge of the bridge. One at all.
Don't fall in.
In the Battle of the Bulge, with bullets whizzing by, you can bet the Pioneers did this with a bit more urgency.
Right, you've got to imagine we're under attack.
OK.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, these are not getting any lighter, are they? Oh.
Come on, it's like a load of old 60-year-olds trying to build a bridge. Can you jog?
Jog on.
Most people pay a gym membership for this sort of exercise.
There you go.
Look at that. Perfect. Just needs straightening up a bit. They ain't going nowhere, mate. Right, come on, Phil, over to you then. Them bridges will take the weight, trust me. All right?
OK. And what if I end up in a ditch with a Kubel wagon on top of me? For a start, I'll be the one who has to fix it.
You sure about this?
You're looking good, looking good. Go on, keep going. Just going to stop on the edge there. Go on.
Come on.
More left. Hold it out. Oh, how's it looking that side?
Sure about it?
It's starting to lean.
Rather than the bridges, the bank might collapse more than that.
OK.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Well, that one's moving.
Go on, go on.
I don't want to hear that.
Little tiny bit.
It's not going to work. It's bending.
Come on.
I can hear the bridge. I can actually hear it.
Come on.
Hold it out, hold it out, hold it out. Go on, keep going, keep going.
We're on the bridge.
Is it bowing in the middle?
Yeah.
You're all right,
Yeah.
You're good.
Come on, come on, come on.
Stay straight.
Go on, go on, go on.
Go.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. That Kubelwagen's worth 45 grand. But the risk will pay off. Now I can show Slava his new Pioneer 251 in all its glory. And he won't argue about the new £330,000 price tag.
Right, that's it. Turn off. That's a wrap. Well done, chaps. I knew you'd make that without, endangering your life. As a result of that, I'm buying you fish and chips. Come with me.
All right.
That was worth it.
All right, wait for me.
What a week I've had.
Look at that. I've been looking for that for 30 years. Eyes are bigger than your stomach again. Now, you've got to drink that.
Travelling and picking around one of my favourite World War II battlegrounds.
I'll give you €1,000 for that. Come on, freezing me cobblers off up here. I ain't even going to argue that. It's in really good nick. Thank you, sir.
Also, I can sell a Russian with deep pockets a Pioneer 251 of his dreams.
What's happening to minefield?
Steven Spielberg, watch your back. This time on Combat Dealers, I fire up a World War II tank worth £15 million. Tussle for rare Panzer I tank parts.
6,000 euros.
He likes a joke, old Dimitri.
Venture into secret Nazi underground factories.
I'll tell you, get the chill down the back of your neck.
Where are they? What's the road?
And test whether Allied or German factories made the best war machines.
Oh, bloody hell! I nearly fell out.
In the battle of the off-roaders. I'm Bruce Crompton.
What's happening to minefield?
I buy, fix up and sell old military kit.
Is this for sale?
€1 million.
Yeah? Get yourself a deal.
Poos is my right-hand man.
Let's get it done, eh?
He keeps an eye on the cash.
We've got to make a profit on it.
Ex-Para Freddy is my weapons expert.
Brilliant.
Twins Nick and Phil run the workshop. There ain't a military machine out there they can't fix.
There are worse jobs.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying.
Phil, Nick, here. I'm in the middle of my most expensive tank refurbishment ever. When this shell of a German World War II Panther tank arrived last year, it was already worth £1.5 million. In my 40 years of collecting and doing stuff up, this for me is the best thing I could ever dream of getting. Once it's ready, it'll be one of only 5 known working Panthers and will then be worth a stonking £14 million. An Australian museum has bought the Panther and is gagging to take delivery of it, but it's not quite finished.
It is all there.
I've already bought an authentic engine at huge cost.
80 grand, go on.
Lovely, OK.
But the engine needs a refurb, so I've sent it to a factory in the Czech Republic where many German war machines were made. The twins are fixing up the rest of the tank here in Blighty.
OK, so down to business.
And there's something else just as essential as the engine that needs finishing before I can ship the Panther.
What doesn't it have? It don't have track. It ain't going to move without track, right? See what you can do, because we need to get the track on now.
What, you want to use those?
I took a punt on this authentic Panther track a few years back, and it will save me a lot of money if I can use it, but it might be too far gone.
You got to do whatever you can do to make this right.
OK, we'll see what we can do.
When it comes to fine wine, a connoisseur has an expert nose. Well, I'm very much like that with tank parts. Which is why I've been invited down to Saumur in western France for what I suspect will be another Mission Impossible.
I have to say, this has got to be a big moment for you, hasn't it?
Mate, I've got to be honest here, I've been trying to come here for years and get in with these people.
The legendary Musée de Blondet is run by the French Ministry of Defence and has the world's largest collection of armoured fighting vehicles.
I can't wait to see what they've got here and what they want us to help them with.
Better get in there then.
Come on in.
The museum is run by Lieutenant Colonel Pierre Garnier de la Barrière.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
First of all, thank you very much for seeing us.
He spends millions on exhibits, so meeting him is a fantastic business opportunity.
For many years, I've dreamed of this museum. So, could we look round? Yes?
Of course.
The museum has over 800 armoured vehicles,
Look at the round stuck in there.
dating back to the very first tank.
Oh, look at this thing.
This is over 100 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the museum's star attractions is its King Tiger tank. 70 tonne of precision Nazi engineering. German factories built almost 500 of these beasts, but this is the only working one in the world, and it's worth a cool £15 million.
This thing runs, it drives. That is the real ultimate toy to have.
As well as their valuable King Tiger, the museum also has a world-famous collection of German Panzer tanks.
You have all the Panzers.
No, we're looking for Panzer I. This is the place
For the
it.
Panzer one. Ah, OK, so this is what you would like me to help you with, yes?
He's got to be kidding. The Panzer I, the original Panzer. Only 13 survive, all in museums. It's so rare. I can't rustle up a whole tank, but at least I can begin gathering up authentic Panzer I parts.
Panzer I items can be very hard to find, but I can start to locate things for you. That could be possible if that's of interest, yeah?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, lovely. Okay. I can't promise, but now I have a mission.
German factories took just days to build a Panzer I. But it's going to take me several years of painstaking picking. And as a down payment, the Lieutenant Colonel has a treat for me. Firing up the world's only running King Tiger.
Oh, listen to that thing. What a driver. That's incredible.
Listen to the fearsome roar of the 23-litre engine.
Thank you for letting us see this fantastic museum.
You're welcome
Lovely.
all the time.
We'll be in touch. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci.
Time to start finding Panzer I parts sharpish. My search begins with Hus in Prague, capital of the old Czechoslovakia, because during the war, Czech factories produced lots of vehicles and components for Germany. While here, I can also check on my Panther engine. But after a long day's travel, it's time for a spot of R&R.
Now, this is going to be an education for you.
Right.
Look where you are.
That's lovely.
Just oozes history. That castle up there on the hill, that was the German headquarters. Now, the Czechs were occupied here till the end of the war.
1938's infamous Munich Agreement hands Germany a chunk of Czechoslovakia. Soon, they take it all.
Czechoslovakia had the biggest armament factories in Europe. They had the best equipment, the best manufacturing plants, and Hitler wanted to get his hands on it. So he ended up taking the whole of the armament industries.
Czech firms like Skoda and Tatra were forced to mass produce German war machines. But German tanks weren't just made here. In 1945, at least 2 Panzer armies defended Prague, so lots were also destroyed here, which should mean rich pickings.
So who are we seeing, Bruce?
Right, we're going to see this guy Thomas, because he's saying he's got parts for Panzer I, which would be great for the Colonel at Semurs. This is it. Yeah, all this stuff here already. 251, 8-ton bits.
Thomas is one of the new generation of enthusiasts and dealers. His English isn't up to much, but luckily I speak it like a native.
Thomas?
Hey.
Thomas, I'm Bruce. Pleased to meet you. This is Hus.
How are you doing?
This is your workshop then, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we have a look round?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nice stuff in there.
Oh, hang on, Hus, look at this. Oh, this is for testing batteries,
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
For vehicles. I mean, they're really, really nice. I had one of these a long time ago and let it go, and I wish I hadn't. That's awesome. You have Panzer I pieces, maybe for sale?
Yes, sir. Come.
Ah, look at that, Hus. Do you know what it is? It's a fender. It goes on the side of the tank, and these are all the fittings, obviously for the tools. That's probably for a pick and a jack or something like that.
The original Panzer I was a light infantry support tank, armed with 2 machine guns. Its 59 horsepower engine produced a respectable top speed of 31 miles per hour.
So would this be a good bit for the Semur Museum?
Yes, I think it would.
This looks like rusty scrap, but I bet he'll want a fortune for it.
What would be the price of this?
2,000.
2,000 euros?
Yeah.
Let me sit down. 2,000? That's too much, honestly.
1,800.
Remember, this is a chunk of Panzer I tank, the rarest of the rare. That's why a bit of mudguard can cost the earth.
1,500, I'll take it now and I'll pay you now. It's a good price, a very good price.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Lovely.
What a cracking start for Panzer I parts. The Lieutenant Colonel will be over the moon.
Ah, Hus, grab this.
Radio.
Yeah, but it's not just a normal radio. It's a radio that goes in all armoured vehicles, tanks. And you've got to remember, the German radio equipment was far superior.
This Fußbrecht F radio is precision engineered. It's the sort of engineering the Germans are famed for, but it makes equipment expensive and hard to replace. Unsurprisingly, state control of Germany's armament industry proved disastrous. Costs soared and productivity was poor.
What would be the price of that?
Nice price, 1400.
That's a nice price for you, but I can tell you, honestly, I'd give you 700.
900.
900 euros. All right, 900, thank you. We're doing well.
They use radios like this in Panzer Is, so it can also go on the French Museum's pile.
I only want original parts. Plenty of engine parts here. Gearbox parts here. That's nice.
Here, Bruce.
Yeah.
Right, there's a picture of skis.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Show me.
Look.
Do you know who that is?
What?
That's Reinhard Heydrich, the Butcher of Prague. Phenomenally intelligent, but an absolute brute.
To keep the unfortunate Czechs hard at work, Hitler put in charge a monster called Reinhard Heydrich, who led the conference that set out the detailed plans for the Holocaust. The Czechs called him the Butcher of Prague after he signed 92 death warrants on only his third day in office.
This was the man that set up the Holocaust.
Evil person.
In May 1942, the Czech government in exile ordered Operation Anthropoid, the assassination of Heydrich, carried out by Czech commandos. Plan A, shoot this nasty piece of work while he's riding around in his open-top limousine. But the Sten gun jams, so Plan B, chuck a bomb instead, which leaves Heydrich mortally wounded.
What does that say?
This is Reinhard Heydrich dies at a deadly attack.
And what is the date there?
Friday, 5 June 1942.
What would be the price?
15.
15. Thank you. Okay. I'm happy with that.
It's not for the Panzer I, but this original broadsheet carries news of a fascinating piece of history.
Many thanks.
Tom, thanks, mate. Keep your touch, yeah?
Let's hit the road. Come on.
That's a more than useful first pick. Some for the Lieutenant Colonel and some for me. Now to check up on the engine of my £14 million Panther tank.
We got still one little big problem.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Is he really serious about using this track? Is he really serious about using this track?
Well, it's all a bit busted up. This rusty old tank track is beyond repair, so we need to have it recreated for Bruce's £14 million Panther tank. For that, we need one good section of track to make the mould from which replicas can be cast.
Look how badly that's worn. That should have chevrons on it for grip.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth even trying. There isn't a single undamaged section, so the plan is to find the best one and refurbish it. Finding the best section is one thing, getting it off is another.
No, these are all solid.
The track's been joined together for 70 years, so freeing up a link will take some persuasion.
They're all one big lump. We'll burn this collar off here.
Yeah. The track links are held together by pins. To get one out, we'll need 3,000 degrees of metal melting heat.
Are you going to take the end right off?
Yeah, I'll burn it right off.
What do you reckon? That's not a bad one. I mean, it's worn down, but we could build the chevrons back up again, couldn't we?
I'm with Hus in the Czech Republic, where factories were forced to produce large quantities of Nazi tanks and vehicles. I'm hunting rare Panzer I parts for a French tank museum, and I'm also hoping to collect my own reconstructed German Panther tank engine.
Bruce, where the hell are you taking us now?
We're here to see Pavel and Constantine, who've got our engine.
Last year, I spent 80 grand on an original engine for my Panther and sent it here to be rebuilt. Czechs were brilliant engineers before the Nazis invaded and still retain a lot of the old know-how.
They've got heritage and experience going right back to the war. Now, Pavel, his father, was actually taught to work on Maybach engines, and so he's passed down his knowledge through the generations. Very, very interesting history here.
Pavel and his mate Constantine even have a workshop in a factory once commandeered by the Nazis.
Pavel? Here they are.
Hello.
Morning, Constantine. Hello. Pavel, nice to see you.
How are you, mate? This factory is massive. What was it before?
There was a war production.
This was under German control, yeah?
Yes.
The Nazis are rightly known for killing millions in their extermination camps. But from 1942, Hitler's architect turned armament minister, Albert Speer, killed millions more by working them to death in factories and mines. And Pavel and Constantine have found evidence that this very factory was operated using forced labour.
This is a list of Ostarbeiters we found here behind the wall in the factory. Yeah.
Ostarbeiter means workers from the east, actually.
It's like a register with all names.
Yeah. The youngest person was 15 years old.
Blooming hell.
Germany lost around 60,000 men a month fighting Russia on the Eastern Front. To replace them, German factory workers were conscripted into the military. And to replace them, the Nazis turned the populations of its occupied territories into forced labourers. By 1944, there were almost 8 million slaves churning out Nazi tanks, guns, rockets and the rest.
This is our real history of factory. It's maybe much important than money.
Blooming hell.
This chilling historical document is a disturbing reminder of what took place here.
So where's the piece de resistance?
Oh, I don't know yet. Let's have a look.
Time for the big reveal. Let's see what the boys have done with my beloved Panther tank engine.
Oh!
Wow.
Look at that.
Mate, look at that. Bruce, that just looks fantastic, mate.
Pavel, you've exceeded my expectations. I mean, I wouldn't think it's the same engine. This is better than when it was made.
When I bought this 7-year-old engine, it was looking its age. But now it looks factory new. But according to the boys, when they stripped the engine down, they found something truly fascinating.
We found there a very, very interesting thing. Here you can see the original inlet walls from the engine, and this is the sabotage who somebody did on the grinder.
No way!
Slave labourers did their best to sabotage the things they were forced to build.
This would crack and it would be completely broken, the engine.
So the Czech people working in these factories had a fantastic opportunity to still carry on the resistance. That is clever, isn't it?
Yes.
These brave saboteurs risked their own lives and the lives of others, because when discovered, the Nazis were merciless.
They found one of those sabotages in a Daimler factory and 200 people got shot.
Whoa!
This is a work of real hero.
Yeah.
A prayer of thanks and respect to whoever performed this act of sabotage, and a sigh of relief that we found it in time to save my Panther engine.
We got still one little big problem.
One little big problem, yeah?
Which is the big problem?
Oh, come to see.
Big or little big? I don't like the sound of this.
This part is no good because we found the undersurface cracks.
We can't give any guarantee on that part.
A camshaft opens the valves that let the air and fuel in and the exhaust out of the engine. This dodgy camshaft mount could knacker the engine and leave me up a Swanee.
So can we have a new one made?
Problem is that we have to wait for casting, and casting company says 2 months.
2 months.
I can't afford any hold-ups. The Australian Tank Museum want the Panther ASAP, and there's millions tied up in the deal.
Oh, I don't know what to do. What can we do?
I found a man, and he will maybe help you.
You think he maybe have a spare?
Let's see what he has.
You just arrange it, we'll be there.
We'll just build these up, shape them up.
They want track, definitely.
I've not been able to source nothing like this at all.
What would be the price?
6,000 euros.
Should we just check, see if it has got chevrons and everything on it? We're turning a single link of original Panther tank track into a template from which 172 replicas will be cast for Bruce's Panther tank refurb. Really good, aren't they?
They will, aren't they?
The link should have raised metal chevron to give it traction on muddy ground. But after 70 years, the chevrons are worn down, so we need to reconstruct them. We'll just build these up with a bit of weld and shape them up. Yeah. Nick layers molten welding wire to construct the new chevrons. An angle grinder quickly smartens them up. Well, oh, that looks good. What do you reckon? Yeah, that's fine. All right, well, I'll just clean all the rust off this and it'll be all ready to go. Just a bit of sandblasting and Bob's your uncle. There you go. Oh, that's really good. These have come up really well. Like a real one, yeah, it's just like a real thing. Awesome. If this works, we'll end up with 172 bits of tank track. If it doesn't, we're stuffed.
I'm back on mission in the Czech Republic. One of the world's best tank museums wants super rare Panzer I tank parts.
So we're off to, mate?
Right, we're going to see Dimitri. You know Dimitri, yeah?
Dimitri is to rare tank parts what Imelda Marcos was to shoes. He can't get enough of them.
He said he's got some Panzer I stuff. I don't know what it is, but no doubt there'll be other stuff there that we can have off of him. Come up here, we'll find him.
Dimitri's Russian, but he keeps a warehouse in Prague because he finds so much stuff here.
Dimitri, my friend. How the devil are you? All right?
Yeah.
Good, good. Nice to see you again, mate. Good, good. Who's you remember who?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Hiya.
Listen, Dimitri, what's happened here? Obviously, Samur are very, very keen to acquire any Panzer I parts. You know, Panzer Is are really rare.
Panzer I is the most rare tank ever.
The Panzer I was the Third Reich's first mass-produced tank, but it was never heavily armoured, so it was easily destroyed, which is why only a handful survived.
Can we look inside, Dimitri, yeah? Oh, you got another turret?
Yeah, Panzer IV.
Where did that one come from?
Moscow region.
So this would have been one of the tanks that got close to Moscow in 1941.
Exactly.
I'm loving the tank turret, but it's Panzer IV, not Panzer I. Close, but no cigar.
What's that?
Oh, it's a magical map.
Magical. How does that work?
It's Autobahn card, original from
oh, it shows you all the Autobahns.
Yes,
right?
yes,
look,
yes.
Look, there's Munich.
München.
You've got to remember that the Autobahns were a phenomenal feat of engineering prior to the Second World War that Hitler was hailed for.
Hitler boasted of building 4,000 miles of Autobahns, but ordinary Germans were so poor they couldn't afford a car, so the Führer's roads were empty. Despite all the talk of the VW Beetle being the people's car, not one was ever handed over to a paying customer. The cars were all used by Nazi officials.
Would this be for sale, Dimitri? €100?
Take it.
Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you.
No sat-nav in a Panzer, so this over-engineered army map may well have been used by a Panzer I crew. So that's yet another piece for the French Museum. If you know how to read them, tank parts tell their own story.
Dimitri?
Yes, sir.
Is this a Tiger I steel wheel?
Exactly.
Yeah, Bruce, look at this. This is a classic example of, towards the end of the war, they started running out of rubber. So they developed the steel wheel, didn't they?
Yes.
What was the reason why?
Because of 2 orphan visits of Royal Air Force. Factories were destroyed.
They were running short of everything.
The British and American navies dominated the oceans, so German factories were starved of important raw materials, including rubber, vital for 101 things, like tyres, U-boat door seals and tank wheel rims. So Germany started producing synthetic rubber, but the Allies kept bombing its factories. So tank wheels like this one were produced with far less effective steel rims.
Come on, Dimitri, what's your best price? 2,000?
Oh, you're killing me. 2,000 is not worth.
It's not worth 2,000.
No.
1,500 then. That is, for a friend price, 2,000.
If you say so, yes. Bruce, I don't want to argue with you.
This tank wheel perfectly illustrates just one of the problems of Nazi war production. So it's one for my pile. But Dimitri does have original Panzer I parts.
Yeah, I have prepared some tracks of it.
They want track, definitely.
This is impressive for me, because I've not been able to source nothing like this at all.
This is just what I'm after. These broken sections of rusty old Panzer I track might look a sorry sight, but they're perfect for the tank museum. And Dimitri knows it.
The important thing is, what would be the price of these?
6,000 euros.
No way! He likes a joke, old Dimitri, doesn't he? He likes a joke. I'm thinking like 2,000 euros. 2,000 euros. That's a great price. It's coming, I'm saying 2, you're saying 6, we're a long way away, but...
Let me ask Bruce.
What do you reckon? 3.5?
No! Hoos is supposed to be my super cautious money man. I'm trying to get a bargain here.
3,000, come on. Come on.
4.5. 4.5, and Bruce drinks 1 bottle of vodka through.
4,000 he drinks. Done.
Well, whole bottle.
Yeah, hold up.
Done.
I know what the Russians are like with their vodka. I'm definitely not drinking. Full stop.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, God, that's disgusting. One more and we're done. That is disgusting.
Hoos has impeccable manners. He knows it's impolite to refuse a Russian host. Sadly, this means he'll be singing terrible Turkish songs all the way back to the hotel. But it's worth it because the Panzer I now has some track. Let's hope that back in Blighty, the Panther does too.
We sent the rebuilt tank track link off to be replicated, and today Johnny Dennett from the foundry is delivering 2 prototypes for inspection.
The technology you've used to make these now, would that have been very similar to during the war when they were making the track link?
The actual casting would have been done exactly the same.
During the war, track links were cast by pouring molten metal into sand moulds, just like this one. To get to the links, we need to remove the sand.
Oh, go on, go for it. They would have had guys doing this in the factory, wouldn't they? So...
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a pleasant job all day, every day, that's for sure.
Actually really heavy. There we go.
Brilliant, absolutely amazing.
I think I'll leave you to clean it up.
At 24 kilos per link, Panther track weighs 4 metric tons. In German war factories, tank tracks were made from Ni-Resist, a super tough iron nickel alloy, still in use today.
So as far as the actual metal goes, is that as accurate as you can get as to the originals?
Yes, it is. We took an original one and we've had it analysed. Right. And we're confident that it is as close to the original material as we can get it these days.
The links look right, but we can only give the green light for the next 170 to be made if they fit together properly.
Right, moment of truth then. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. No, that's really good. Bruce will be over the moon.
Mate, this place is eerie, mate.
We've come to the site of a notorious underground German war factory.
It says we're nearly there. Here they are.
I'm here to meet Constantine and a mate of his who might have the missing part for my Panther engine. Morning.
Good morning.
How are you? All right. Nice to see you again.
This is Roman.
Right.
He is an expert here on the underground factories.
Right.
And he has a lot of parts and material he found, so he's investigating 30 years.
By dropping over 1 million tons of bombs on them, the Allies devastated German war factories. So the Nazis shifted their war production into secret underground tunnels. Roman excavates and collects parts from them. And in one, he's found the camshaft mount my engine needs.
That's never been machined, look. It's come straight out of the casting. Is there any chance that we could use these?
We can. Just needs to be machined and refined, but it perfectly fits.
Is there any chance this gentleman would let us buy these?
Opravit, ale to możemy pożywać.
A czy to wiemy?
We should take it.
He's given them to me.
Yes.
That is brilliant. Yeah. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Gratis. What an absolute gent. Roman found the part in Richard I underground factory, which is also mapped.
How big was this complex?
Podzemí zhruba 35 kilometrů dílka.
35 kilometers.
That's massive. Is it possible to visit this place?
Yes, it is. No, it's very unsafe. It's another system, it's called Rabstein.
Yes.
So we could have a look to that.
That would be great. I'd love to see them.
Many German underground factories got built near concentration camps because inmates not only dug the tunnels, they also got worked to death on the production lines. And I'm keen to see inside one of these hellholes.
Whoa. Feel the drop in temperature here straight away. So this was for the manufacture of aircraft parts?
Airplane wings and other parts.
Can we go in?
Can we go inside? This is eerie.
It's all connected.
The cruelty and suffering that took place here is hard to comprehend.
These places were administered by the SS, okay? There was no nicety given by the guards here.
Live or
These
die.
people were slave labour.
So could you imagine, low on food, God knows how you're being treated. Unbelievable, mate. Feels like you've just walked back in time.
This is where you can see the drill marks where they would drill into it. So this has been left exactly how it was when they stopped working here in 1945.
I wonder how many people they actually had working down here.
Thousands, mate. These complexes are just huge.
What a sinister but poignant way to end our Czech Panzer pick.
You know those things are death traps, they were always tipping over.
What's the road? What's the road?
All right, Phil, Nick, Freddie, all right?
All right, he's back.
What are these?
New trap.
Panther.
Right.
We gave them that one we repaired, and they've copied them, made an absolutely first-class job. They're all pressure tested, perfect, ready to bolt straight on.
These tracks look brilliant. I'm actually amazed. The Panther could soon be ready to ship to Oz after all.
That's like perfect German engineering. No wonder their stuff was far better than the Allies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hang on a minute. That can't be true. All right, the Germans had better engineering, but it made everything so complicated and less reliable. American vehicles are far better. Prime example, the most iconic one, the Jeep.
Well, then you got the Kugelwagen.
That was just a car converted to go off-road.
Right, well, let's have a look then. You get the old Jeep out, we'll get the Kugel out, and we'll have a comparison then, yeah?
Well, yeah, game on.
This ain't just a race, it's an important history lesson. You have brilliant but expensive German engineering against cheap American mass production. It's the Nazi runaround Kugelwagen versus Uncle Sam's iconic Willys Jeep. First test, speed. Whose factory built the fastest off-roader?
What I'm going to do is get you to go in the Kubel there, up to the cones, turn around, come back, and you go up this track to the cone, turn around, come back. It's the first one back here is the winner. But I think this might have the edge because it's lighter.
Designed in 1938 by Ferdinand Porsche, who also designed the VW Beetle. The Kubelwagen was the German Army's version of the Jeep. It's a clever design. High ground clearance and a flat underside allows it to virtually slide over mud, snow and sand. But the engine is just 23 horsepower.
We've got twice the engine capacity and 3 times the horsepower in this.
You know those things are death traps. They were always tipping over and a lot of people were killed in those things.
If we survive the course, it's going to win.
For the benefit of this race, your hair flick and your hair America.
My son Lewis has come along to help me prove that Allied factories made better stuff.
Ready? Go! Go, go, go!
Oh, they're really motoring. Come on.
Right, where are they? No, you watch the road, watch the road.
Not too bumpy.
Factory fresh, the Kubelwagen's top speed was 50 miles per hour and the Jeep's 65.
Oh, bloody hell! Oh, God! The suspension's pretty rubbish, isn't it? Quick, one!
Go for it, go for it. Go, 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 go.
Go, go! Right, try not to hit that big, massive hole again. Really fell out.
On the way back now, quick, go. Go, 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 go.
Oh, it's so close!
Going as fast as they can.
We're winning!
Come on, come on.
Yes! Woohoo! Hey! What time do you call this?
Oh, let me down. I thought I was going to win by a mile.
We nearly died on the way, but yes!
As far as I'm concerned, on the speed race, the Jeep's had it.
That's 1-0 to the Jeep that wins comfortably on speed. But in a war fought over difficult country, speed ain't everything. Did Ferdinand Porsche give the Kubel the kind of handling you'd expect of a Porsche?
Now, this is the obstacle course. Bumps, mounds, sharp turns, and finish at that post. And then I will stop the timer. But I believe that the Kubelwagen might have the edge over the Jeep going round this course, all right? Don't let me down this time, all right?
This'll breeze it, no problem.
Hey, bring it on.
German soldiers loved the Kubelwagen's excellent torsion bar suspension because it was easy on their backsides.
Never mind a comfortable ride, there's a war to win here.
It's a lot funnier than it looked, buddy. I'm falling out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Was that a 2-point turn to go round a bend? Not good.
Round. That was a bit tired on.
We got this. Hey! OK.
How was that?
I ain't telling you.
Oh,
wait for them to go.
But is the German Kubelwagen better engineered to tackle a twisty assault course?
Right, you ready?
Here we go, here we go.
It's got better turning circle than ours.
Let's be honest, Freddie, that ain't saying much.
Oh, what's this bit? Oh, this is a big.
Hello, you gonna get...
Yeah.
Oh, he did it. Ooh. Ooh. Right, both out the car. Right, scores on the doors. All I will say is, you've done really well. 56 seconds.
Awesome track record.
Awesome, yeah. Unfortunately, they did it in 54.
Yeah.
Oh, way, that's not true.
Listen, mate, that's a cracking little vehicle.
The Jeep has more speed, but thanks to precision engineering, the Kubelwagen copes better with bumps and bends.
Well, I've heard that after the war, people were trying to swap 2 Jeeps for 1 Kubel because it's a much more comfortable ride.
It is, but what would you pick?
The Jeeps put a massive smile on my face, so I'll stick with that.
Phil?
I like the Kubel. It's much more civilised.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nick?
This morning I would have said the Jeep, but now I'd say the Kubel.
Me, I'd pick both, obviously. But in war, quantity matters as much as quality. And Nazi factories only produced 50,000 Kubelwagens against a staggering 600,000 American Jeeps. But when it came to planes, tanks, ships, bullets, food, even off-roaders, this was a war of mass production. Germany wasn't just outfought, it was massively outproduced by the British and in particular the Americans. High-quality German design simply wasn't enough.
Listen, the most important thing I've worked out that you will have to buy 10 beers.
We better get going then.
Right, let's go then. All right, well done, chap.
Well done, fellas. It's been a great day.
It's a good day, yeah. Cheers.
Go! What a time I've had. Hearing a tiger roar. That's incredible. Witnessing the bravery of factory saboteurs.
This is a work of real hero.
Getting one step closer to the deal of a lifetime.
Oh, look at that.
And proving Freddie's no World War II GI.
We nearly died on the way, but... Yes. Well, this is eerie, mate, isn't it? Oh, God. Oh, love it. Go, 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 come on! We're winning over there! Woohoo!
This time on Combat Dealers, a Texan millionaire called Davis tasks yours truly with buying the best from the Normandy campaign.
I'll give you €1,000 for that. That's rung your bell, isn't it?
But authentic items from the battles that followed D-Day don't come cheap.
The best price for that, between 10 and 12,000 euros.
Back in Blighty, I get the twins restoring a super rare German tracked vehicle called a Kettenkrad.
Yeah.
But will it seal the deal with Davis?
I'm asking £130,000 for it.
That's a lot of money.
I'm Bruce Crompton. What's happening to Minefield? I buy, fix up and sell old military kit.
Is this for sale?
€1 million.
Yeah?
Hoos is my right-hand man.
Let's get it done, eh?
He keeps an eye on the cash.
We've got to make a profit on it.
Ex-Power Freddy is my weapons expert.
Yes.
That's not bad, is it?
Twins Nick and Phil run the workshop. There ain't a military machine out there they can't fix.
There are worse jobs.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying. Phil, Nick.
Yeah.
Don't drop anything. Ooh. You remember the film Fury?
Yeah.
Remember David Ayer's the director?
Yeah.
Right, well, his best mate, Davis, who was that Texan millionaire,
Oh,
right?
right, yeah.
He's asked about coming over to look at Kettenkrad, hence the keys.
Right.
Imagine a motorbike crossed with a mini tank. That's a German Kettenkrad. This World War II utility vehicle is every collector's dream. This could be a significant sell for me, as Davis is a successful lawyer with deep pockets. Plus, that's not all he's after. He's keen to start his own unique collection. He's interested now in acquiring Second World War military kit, specifically from the Battle of Normandy. D-Day was a huge victory, but the war was far from over. The next 3 months were spent fighting the brutal Battle of Normandy, a fight the Americans were instrumental in. 2 million Allied troops faced a fanatical German army of 850,000, who'd been ordered to hold their ground at all costs. If they lost, the German High Command knew they'd be answerable for their despicable crimes against humanity. So they commanded their ordinary troops to fight on to the bitter end. Davis is due over in just under a week, so the twins need to get cracking on the CRAD. As I've told him, it's fully operational. But guess what?
It ain't running, right?
Right, OK.
So can I ask you to just drop what you're doing there and jump on this? Get this wheel sorted out for me, right? And we need to clean and buff it up.
I bought this CRAD a few years back for 60k and have been slowly doing it up. Fully restored, it's worth over 100 grand and possibly more to Davis as it's from the Battle of Normandy.
I need it running because he's going to pay top dollar for this. All right, I'll leave you to it.
All right, see you later.
In anticipation of the Texans' visit, Freddie and me have hot-footed it over to France. This could be the start of a profitable relationship, so hopefully I'll find Battle of Normandy bits that will blow Davis's mind.
I just love being over here. I mean, it's just really interesting to go to the different areas where the battle took place.
I've had a tip-off there's a hotel in the St. Lo area that saw plenty of action during the war. Rumour has it that there's some top-drawer memorabilia gathering dust in the loft. Only problem, I'm not sure where the hotel is.
Pull up here, right, I'll go in this barge.
Simple solution, I'll dust off my French and ask for directions.
Get us a bottle of water, please, Bruce.
Yeah. Bonjour, mademoiselle. My white bureau? Yeah, lovely.
Bruce's franglais is so bad it could start a diplomatic incident. He's more likely to come back with directions to the bottom of the English Channel than to our hotel.
See, Freddie, get me out of here. I asked for a glass of beer. I've ended up paying a load of wine. But I've got the dress. Grab that. I don't know. Don't ask me. I've got the dress. That's the important thing. Yeah, all I wanted was a glass of beer and an address. And I've got a crate of wine. It's just out of here.
Despite the bar owner's poor grasp of my fluent French, I've gleaned that our hotel is a historic local building with a British proprietor.
Oh, hang on, look. That's got to be it. She said it was a bit of a chateau-y thing. Look, here, try this. Look, that's a bit posh, isn't it? All right. You're in the outhouse. Good morning, sir.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
My name's Bruce.
Bruce, pleased to meet you. I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe. Nice. What do you want? 2 rooms?
2 rooms, couple of nights would be great.
Gentlemen, come in.
Thank you very much indeed. This is like an old chateau, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost 600 years old.
There was a lot of fighting round here as well in the war. That's why we're here collecting up bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But you have some military, is that right?
We do have some military that was here when we came here.
Right. Is there anything might possibly be for sale we could have a look at?
If the price is right, yeah.
That suits me down to the ground. I'm very good at the prices right.
Good.
Trust me.
Bags dropped off, a quick change, and we're ready to rummage.
Joe, you all right? It's where you keep all your goodies, yeah?
Yeah, all the bits and pieces.
Oh, you got some stuff here. What are these? Exploded ordnance?
Yes, they are.
They're American, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Blimmin' hell. These are nice. They're German barrack or bunker cupboards. Where'd you find these then, Joe?
Well, they were here when I bought the house.
I mean, they're nice. We've got loads of these.
Yeah, what about this?
I know what that is. It's a German 42 Flammenwerfer. It's a flamethrower.
All right.
Now, this was dug into the beaches all along the coast. If one of these went off near you, it comes out with a lot of force.
Activated by a tripwire, these flamethrowers blasted out a jet of burning oil nearly 90 feet long. The injuries were so horrific they were considered to be an inhumane weapon of war. But that didn't stop Hitler using them during the Allied attack on the Normandy beaches.
No, I'd be interested in that. Would this be for sale?
Yeah, you can make me an offer for it.
100 euros?
Go on, then.
100 euros, lovely, thank you. That's nice, really nice.
This is a real rarity in America, a unique artefact from the beaches of Normandy. It's perfect for my Texans' new collection.
There's something you might be interested in.
What is it?
Oh, anyone recognise that, can't they?
Let's have a look at that. SS number plate. That's really, really nice. This area had 17 SS division here. Now, I ain't saying this is from one of their vehicles, but it would make sense, wouldn't it? Now,
Well, we had German officers billeted in this house for some years.
Well, that's just incredible. This is 100% original. You can tell by the way the rust come through the original paint, and this stamp is very important. That is typical of a wartime one. You know, when the fakers do it, they do it perfectly. This is smudged, done in a hurry. Would that be for sale?
Yes, it would.
Any idea how much you want for that?
I don't know.
I can tell Joe hasn't got a clue about this stuff's value, so it's up to me to be fair with him.
I mean, I'll give you €1,000 for that. That's rung your bell, hasn't it?
It has.
€1,000.
It has.
How's that?
Go on then.
Thank you. Lovely.
What a result! Joe's happy as this number plate's just been sitting around. I'm happy because I've paid him a fair price, but one that allows me a little profit.
You ain't got anything else like this, have you?
I've got a load of stuff upstairs.
Oh, please, leave on. I'm not letting
Come
go
on,
of
then.
this. Oh, this is where you keep other stuff up here?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff over here.
Bunk beds.
Well,
yeah.
if the Germans are billeted here, that's the sort of thing that would have been in it.
What else you got here as well?
Some dug-up helmets, a British helmet.
Oh, hold it, hold on, whoa, give me that, give me that.
10 a penny, them.
No, they ain't. See that? That's the Polish crest. The Poles played a massive part in Normandy. I mean, a massive part.
It's often overlooked that another 10 national armies joined forces with the US and British troops in Normandy in the fight to free Western Europe. The first Polish troops landed in France just after D-Day, and the 15,000 men were renowned for their hunger to exact revenge on the Nazis. Their courage helped end German resistance in Normandy.
I've only ever seen faked one of these, and I've seen one original paratroop helmet with that on.
I've heard that these things can be worth thousands and thousands of pounds.
This is nice, but it ain't mega money. And a fair and honest price for this is €800.
What about 850?
850. I can live with that. You've been
Go on,
more than
then.
fair. Thank you.
Okay.
850.
Kit from smaller Allied armies is super rare. That's why people fake them. Davies is going to love having this original one in his collection. What a talking point.
I've got one other thing you might be interested in.
Yep, I'm interested in
Just
anything.
hold on a second.
I can't believe how much stuff there's been.
I know, mate.
I think this may be of interest.
Where'd you find that?
That was here in the house.
Bloomin' hell. I mean, not only is this a Luger, it's a 42 Luger.
I had it deactivated because I was worried about it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's now quite safe.
Now, Lugers with the holster, yeah, you're fine. But from Normandy, he's going to love that. Would you sell this to me?
At the right price, yeah.
I mean, if I said to you, I'd give you €1,500.
1,600, we can strike a deal.
I can have that. Lovely.
Go on then.
Lovely. Thank you. That's great. That
Well done.
is good.
No military collection is complete without a Luger, and now Davies has one. And to top it off, it's from the Battle of Normandy.
Well, that was great. I see you've got a big old pond there, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever fish it at all?
Never.
Have you ever magnet fished it?
No, absolutely not. Don't even know what that is.
Well, any chance we can have a little fish around?
We'll do that.
That'd
Come on
do,
then.
mate. That'd do.
Magnet fishing. You really have lost the plot.
Maybe, Freddie, but I'm not the one doing it.
You sure about this, Bruce?
Ship ahoy, shipmate. Come over this way and I'll chuck this thing over to you.
Judging by the calibre of the German goodies in the house, Lord only knows what could be sitting at the bottom of this pond.
Ready? Stay there.
What's it?
I've heard of collectors pulling up knives, bayonets and even Lugers. All you need is a strong magnet and a length of sturdy string.
Now just sit there and pull it up and down. Is it going in the silt?
I'm going in the silt in a minute.
You got something, haven't you? No, go on, keep going.
Maybe it's for the best that Freddie's having no luck. There are reports of people pulling up live grenades and unexploded World War II shells. Well, with that in mind...
Actually, you just have a go. I'll just go into a quick Jimmy.
Hang on, you got to help me get out.
I'll be back in a minute.
Bruce? Anybody? Oh, mega. Hello.
Is this for sale?
Not especially, but make me an offer.
Have you got €5 on you?
Ooh. Just take it really slow.
A Texan millionaire called Davis has asked Bruce to help him start a collection based on the Battle of Normandy. So with the boss picking in France, our job is to fix the Kettencred.
The problem is, Davis flies over in just under a week, and Bruce told him it was running. Just one look will tell you it's not.
Right, Kettencred.
Yeah. Bruce wants this done quick, so I think probably best to move it into the workshop.
Yeah.
Wheel at the front, tracks at the back. The Kettencred was a nippy but powerful all-terrain vehicle. The German army would have used it for all sorts, hauling artillery, transporting troops and messages during the Normandy campaign. Over 8,000 Kettencreds were built, and even though they look small, a battle-ready one weighs 1.5 tons.
Right, there we go. Lift this off. Give it a bit of a turn and see how far we get.
I'll do it like that.
Yeah, try that.
You ain't pushing.
I am pushing.
I might look mad trying to steer a crab with no wheel, but for tight cornering, the tracks individually brake, allowing it to turn on a sixpence.
But only when the engine's running.
This is not working. I'll tell you what, we could slide the old fork truck underneath it and lift it up.
I'll try it.
Once in the workshop, we can diagnose exactly what's wrong with this crad. Something's obviously up with the front wheel, and according to Bruce, it has some sort of electrical fault.
Just take it really slow.
The back wheels are still on the ground.
It's not falling over.
A bit easier.
None of this pushing. That's good.
With the crad finally in the workshop, we can really get down to the important stuff.
Right then.
Right, tea time.
Tea time, definitely.
The next stop in northern France is to meet Manu, a world-famous collector who's so clued up on the Battle of Normandy, he runs a museum about it. It's based just outside Carenton, near where the Allied advance began.
Now, we're going to a museum here called Dead Man's Corner, and it's at a critical crossroads that the Americans had to take. So the whole museum is built around this crossroads where he's got all kinds of stuff. They just haven't got room to display, so there'll be some really good pickings here.
Hi, Bruce.
Morning. Yeah, this is Freddie. Keep your
Hi, Bruce.
Good,
How are you doing?
Hi, mate.
Nice, Freddie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Why is it called Dead Man's Corner exactly?
The first paratrooper, or the one came from here, from Utah Beach, and the first tank which came from here was shot, and the crew was killed, and the tank commander was hanging on the turret for a few days. We don't know exactly.
With the battle still raging, there was no way the unfortunate American soldier could be removed. And it was such a gruesome sight for the other GIs, they named the place after him.
Incredible. Can we have a look at this stuff?
Yeah, sure.
My American buyer Davis is so keen on the Battle of Normandy because the Americans played such a large part in it.
So this is the secret store, yeah?
Yes.
It's looking promising in there.
Oh, lovely lot. Inventory trailer, yeah, nice. Nice bits and pieces in there.
Parachute up there.
Yeah, one of those things for towing.
Oh, for a cable layer?
Yeah.
For communications, for radios?
Yeah, we've got one of those.
Oh, this might be more up your street. Hey, Bruce? Bonnet off of a Jeep.
Willie's Jeep. I'll put it out.
It's still got the markings on it.
That's nice. Where did that come from?
This comes from Carenton, from the area.
There was lots of fighting in Carenton, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And famously, an American officer won the Congressional Medal of Honor. I can't remember his name.
Colonel Cole.
Colonel Cole.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Colonel Cole's mission was to capture Carentan, a town crucial to the Allies' invasion plans. But on approaching the town, Cole and 400 of his men were met by a hailstorm of German mortar fire. After 2 days of heavy losses and Carentan still in German hands, Cole launched an audacious counterattack. Charging on foot, armed only with rifles and bayonets, they heroically seized the town.
This is a nice artefact for somebody to put on the wall who's starting up. Is this for sale?
Not especially, but make me an offer.
Have you got €5 on you? No. What about if I said, fair offer, €700? How's that?
Yeah, OK.
Yeah, thank you. Lovely. Right, we're doing well. I like things like that.
Americans love a good gung-ho comeback story, and this bonnet does just the job.
Well, this is an interesting looking thing. Look. The Heart Shield Bible.
Yeah.
Fits snugly in the uniform pocket. The engraved gold-plated steel front cover will protect his heart.
That's right. I mean, that ain't going to stop the bullet, is it? But it would stop a bit of shrapnel, and there are a few occasions where it's recorded people's lives were saved by these.
That's distinctly targeting wives and girlfriends and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Encouraging them to buy it so they can feel like they're doing their bit to protect them on the front line.
As nice as these are, they're 10 a penny, and not rare enough to catch Davis's discerning eye.
Nice, but stick that back. See what else we've got. Ah, look, the German Pumpkin. The 88 rocket-propelled small piece of anti-tank equipment. This is awesome. It was actually a good little bit of kit because these rounds would take out a tank, no question about it.
I mean, you have to imagine one of these hidden in a hedgerow is going to be devastating towards armour.
Cracking little thing. Where did this one come from?
The Falaise pocket.
Oh, it did it?
Yeah, it was found many, many years ago on the battlefield.
I mean, the Falaise pocket, corridor of death.
6 weeks after D-Day, the net was closing in on the German army, but Hitler refused to allow his troops to retreat. The Allied forces began to surround the last major pocket of resistance in the town of Falaise. The German troops were pounded from all sides and, ignoring Hitler's orders, fled for their lives through an escape route that was closing by the hour. As many as 40,000 got away, but inside the pocket, it was a killing field as 10,000 German soldiers lost their lives.
So this has come from that area. For the guy I'm trying to help with his collection, this would be perfect. But it's all about how much it is. What's going to be the price for this?
Between 10 and 12,000 euros. It's pretty rare. It's pretty rare.
It is, but that's a lot of euros. I think a fair price for this would be 7,000. 7,000. That's a blinding price, you know?
But the best price I can do, it's 9,000.
9,000 euros.
9,000 euros. That's the best price.
Thank you, sir. I'll have that.
Not only is the Pumpkin a perfect example of what the Americans were up against in Normandy, it comes straight from one of its most notorious battlefields.
All right, it's a bit of history, nice bit of provenance from Falaise. It's worth coming all the way out here.
Given how quickly I need this back in the UK, Manu's kindly arranging a van to ship it back home for me.
Right, well, we'll get out your hair. Au revoir. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheerio. See you later.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
With Davis arriving a matter of days, the clock's ticking on getting this Kettenkrad running and saleable.
We want to sort this wheel out first.
Yeah, put the wheel on.
What's it like?
Should be all right.
Yeah.
Check the front up.
Yeah.
These are easy, just push the pin in. Like most World War II vehicles, the Kettenkrad was designed to be easily stripped down on a battlefield.
Oh no. That's why the wheel was off. Damaged all the thread.
The thread on this pin has been dented by some heavy-handed hammering, so the nut won't twist on and secure the wheel.
All right, whack it back out.
Yeah. All right, that'll do. There we go. And you can see where they damaged it. Oh, simple job, but just made difficult.
I now have to file down the imperfections in the thread with a thread file.
You'll have to be really careful. It depends how bad the thread is. If Nick doesn't follow the line of the thread exactly, this pin will be useless. That's right. Is it? Oh, that's going. Yeah, you got it. Good. I never doubted him, really. There you go.
It still doesn't fit. No, I'm joking.
That's got it.
That won't come undone now.
Good. Now that's fixed, we have to investigate why this thing won't start. Bruce mentioned something electrical.
But with a 70-year-old vehicle, it could be anything.
I know exactly what that is. It's a very rare item. Here, hold up, I do pay on time.
Ready? Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing.
Freddie and me are back from northern France. The Battle of Normandy kit I've bought for my new Texan client Davis is being shipped back ASAP for his visit in a couple of days, leaving me time to squeeze in one more pick.
So we're going to spend the day at Gavin's again, yeah?
Yeah, he's great. I mean, you can't knock him for any American stuff. And he always gives us first dibs at it.
Gav's based in Colchester, Essex, and there's no one more passionate about US kit than him. Apparently, he's got something from the Battle of Normandy period Davis will love.
He reckons he's got an American mine detector here, 1944, complete in the box, everything. And he's always got good quality stuff, so I like coming up here. It's always well worthwhile.
D-Day and the Battle of Normandy that followed it saw millions of Americans push into France, and a 1944 mine detector would have saved many a GI's life.
Where is he? Gav? Gavin?
Hello.
Oh, you're in here. It's like the sun here, mate. How you doing? All right?
Hello, Bruce. How you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, good.
All right, Gavin, good to see you again.
And you, and you.
Mine detector.
Yes.
I'm very interested.
Okay.
Very interested.
44 dated.
That's perfect for me.
I'll go and get it, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
One sec.
Well, that'd be a result, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Here it is. It's quite heavy, to be fair. Should chuck him on here.
Oh,
Thought
it's
it
complete.
was I thought it was in good condition, really.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Operator's manual.
It's like brand new, isn't it? Probably works straight away, that.
There's no reason why well-maintained wartime equipment can't still function today. And fully operational kit always goes for higher prices.
Let's stick that together, Freddie. These would have been in, you know, all kinds of engineers' units, would have been in the back of trucks. They were quite a common thing. And you think, I mean, obviously as the Allies advanced, they were up against all the booby traps left by the Germans. So mine detectors were a really, really important part. Really important part.
Hitler's first line of defence against the Allied invasion was the so-called Atlantic Wall. To protect this fortified line, the Germans laid millions of landmines. Rommel loved landmines, and his troops sowed them like grass seed. Over 6 million were buried in the beaches alone. And it was the US combat engineers who had the unenviable task of detecting these mines. One such hero was the legendary American comic Mel Brooks, who in 1944 helped clear the way for the advancing Americans.
Thing is, it's not like in the movies where you hear it click and you can put something on it and then step off it. That's it.
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah.
But the big question is...
Here's how much.
Are you going to give it to me?
Bruce, come on.
What's that worth, thing?
Couple hundred.
200 quid, I ain't even going to argue. Thanks, mate. That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This mine detector looks like it just fell off the back of a US Army truck. A real show-off piece for Davis's collection.
So what else you got, Kev? Yeah?
Well, as you know, we bought that Hetzer tank.
Are you doing the Hetzer?
Yeah, we're doing the Hetzer now.
He's got Hetzer here now.
Oh, well.
We've got competition.
And with it came a box of stuff I have no idea about. So let me just bring it out.
What is this?
I have no idea. That's why I asked you. It just literally came within the tank.
I know exactly what that is.
Can of corned beef?
No, mate. No. Let me tell you, it's a very rare item. These are German smoke dischargers, OK? Used by pioneers and all kinds of people, right? And that's the box that goes with it. This German munitions box isn't what my Texan's after, but I know plenty of collectors and reenactors who would love to own it. It's quite hard to find, I've got to be honest here. I mean, obviously that one's been used. Smoke discharges are used to hide things. If an army is on the retreat, it needs every little advantage it can get over the advancing enemy. When you're on your back foot, smoke grenades are a valuable tool in your armoury, helping to disorientate advancing troops, throwing their tanks into confusion.
You think all the troops moving across that open ground, if you can cover them from view at least, it's going to make it much harder for the enemy to identify you and shoot you.
This would suit me. I'm definitely interested in this. How much do you want for that?
I'm thinking really maybe some trade for some Hetzer parts.
I can do that, yeah, I can definitely do a bit of a trade for some Hetzer parts.
Because I have no idea of the value of that, so I'm on your call on that.
And I'm going to be fair with you. The box on its own is probably worth at least 200 quid. The canister's probably 100 quid, so you got 300 quid's worth there. I mean, if I trade you 300 quid's worth of...
I'm more than happy.
Yeah?
Because you get your bits and I get to
that suit me down to the ground. Right, I'm happy with that. I love a good exchange deal. Not only am I getting a bona fide rarity, I'm helping out a mate with his passion project. Old digger's looking well then.
Yeah,
you get that out very often?
Yeah, of course. So really over here, it's just some jerry cans.
I've got loads of them. I mean, I've German, I've got American bits and pieces. Nothing else in there we need, though?
Vehicle bits and bobs, like an old coat or something up here.
That's an American trench coat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just? Yeah, it's an American GI trench coat. I mean, what's interesting about these, there are photographs of the Germans having captured vehicles and bits and pieces, putting on some of the better worn kit.
Yep.
How much is that?
Oh, for you, 20 quid, do you?
20 quid. I'll have that. Lovely.
Good.
Suit me. That's...
Happy for that?
Yeah, that's nice, mate. Very nice. 20 quid is just a fraction of the price of the iconic Burberry trench coat that inspired these military designs. This is one for Davis's closet.
Oh, while I think of it, one more thing. Sure, it's here. Here we go.
Yeah, hold up. I do pay on time. You've got no problem with that at all.
Here we are, look.
What's that?
What do we think of that?
Obviously, it's a baseball bat. Is it a wartime one?
Wartime one, yeah.
This is as American as apple pie. And I reckon Davis would love to own something as iconic as this.
Was that just for a bit of close protection or something?
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you, a lot of recreation time taken up by the American soldiers was with baseball. Units, truck drivers, jeeps, you'll find they always carried a mitten, a ball and a bat. It was something that they permitted for all kinds of reasons.
Morale, that kind of thing.
Fitness, and it really was. The US entered the war in the golden age of baseball, and not wanting to crush morale at home and abroad, President Roosevelt urged Americans to continue playing ball wherever they were. When Germany finally surrendered in 1945, GIs celebrated by playing baseball in the Zeppelin field. Right on the very same turf the Nazis once marched up and down on at Hitler's famous Nuremberg rallies.
Bit of a memento of home as well, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, very, very much so. Yeah, really nice. How much you want for that, Kevin?
As we do a lot together, deals and friends and everything, have it.
Yeah,
Gift.
really?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, lovely, mate.
All
I
right.
really appreciate that. That's what you get when you maintain good relationships. Hopefully, I can build a special one with Davis too. Thanks, Kevin. I've never played baseball, though. Have you ever played baseball?
It's horrible.
What's that?
With your fingers smashed to bits trying to catch that
You're
ball.
getting confused with rounders.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right? All right, let's get a cup of tea.
Yep.
Right, let's see if we can get this thing started. We only have a day and a half before Davis arrives at the farm, so the pressure's on to get this cat and crad running. We fix the tyre, fix the axle, and all the bodywork is structurally sound. But Bruce believes there is some sort of electrical problem stopping it from starting. Give it a try. No, it's not even an ignition light. Battery must be dead then. Well, that's worse than dead. Gone. Dead and gone. I think we found Bruce's electrical problem, but a missing battery is the least of our worries.
That ain't good.
That's not good either, no.
Gonna have to clean all this corrosion out of here.
The bluish fuzz is actually formed by the copper in the terminal clamp, reacting with the battery's acid. This terminal is so corroded, there is no way the current can get from the battery.
Not that there is one, mind you. Right, get the kettle on there.
What, a cup of tea?
No, clean up job on that. Put that in boiling water, that'll come off.
There was me hoping for a cuppa. Top tip, boiling water dissolves the corrosion, and a smear of grease after stops it reoccurring.
You want to do it when it's really hot.
It stinks.
Yeah, well.
Well, that's got it all off. Look at that. That's good. I'll give this to Bruce, shall I? Some acid soup.
Yeah.
That'll keep him going for a while. That's the terminal sorted. Now we need power. Luckily, modern batteries work pretty much the same as World War II ones.
Have you got a battery?
Yeah.
Just drop it in there then.
I'll trap my fingers in it, haven't I?
Positive first.
Otherwise you get sparklers.
Yeah. Firework display. It's schoolboy stuff, but connecting the wrong terminals to this 6-volt battery will short-circuit it. And I'm pretty sure this is the only battery we have that fits the crab. See if that works first.
Still got no ignition light. Completely dead. Did you turn the power on?
I'll turn the power on.
What a muppet. We have ignition.
Hey, hello.
Ready?
Yeah.
This battery may have enough charge to power the ignition lights, but nowhere near enough to turn the engine over.
You've got jumper leads.
Well, yeah, do that.
So we've got one last hope, jump-starting off another vehicle's battery.
If that doesn't work, Davis will have come all the way from Texas to see a conked-out Ketton crab. See how we get on with this.
Believe it or not, a charged battery doesn't have to be in a running vehicle to jump-start a flat one. All right, try again.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yes! Fantastic. Good. Excellent. She's running like a dream.
Thank goodness, because Bruce would have had us for breakfast.
That's good. Brilliant. Running good. Now it's chugging away, the dynamo will charge the battery up, and we have one fully functional Ketton crab. Super. Cross that one off the list then.
You gonna ride on the back?
Yeah.
You're a brave man, sir.
I've spent the last week hunting Battle of Normandy kit for my new Texan client Davis. But time's up, and he's now on his way to Casa Crompton to view the Cattencrad. It's been down to the twins to get it running, just like the day it rolled off the Wehrmacht factory line. Morning, chaps. How we doing? Is the wheel on?
Yeah, that's fine.
Wheels done. Is it running perfectly?
Yeah, running nice, yeah.
Listen, is this your attempt at cleaning it?
Yeah.
Give us that. Come on, look, it's got to be spotless. Come on, put some elbow grease in it. Look all that muck on there. It's got to be absolutely perfect, this. I don't want to have any question about this cell. The guy's flying all the way from the States for this. I want him to go, wow! You know, please have it spotless for me.
Yeah. Can I have my rag back?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Much as I love this beast, I'm going to try and flog it for a whopping 130k. And if Davis goes for that, I've got another 20 grand of Normandy kit he'll love. Well, Davis, you must have brought the Texan weather here. Look at it, it's lovely.
Oh, it's a great day.
But there it is. I hope you're really pleased with it. She looks pretty and she
Beautiful.
drives pretty, to be kind with you.
Yeah.
One of the best ones you'll ever see. This vehicle is so original, it's untrue. There are items on here that you just won't find on other Cattencrads. We've got an original headlight. The engine is a wartime engine that's been completely rebuilt. Got the wartime casting number on it. Tracks completely rebuilt.
Yeah, they look brand new.
He's impressed, but I haven't finished yet. This particular one came out of Normandy, so I think it ticks your box for Normandy things.
Absolutely.
And it is an ideal vehicle to start with. I mean, this has got a bit of Hollywood provenance.
It was in Saving Private Ryan, but it was in my favourite film, Fury.
You know, and you got pictures of it on set.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
You throw those in.
Got all those, no problem at all.
I can sense this fish is biting. Like me, Davis seems to have a soft spot for this.
You've got an interest in military and D-Day and Second World War. Why cat and crab?
You know, I was in the Marine Corps from the time I was 17 to 22. I've probably, you know, traveled all over the world driving amphibious tanks, and I just miss the smell and the mechanical aspect of operating a tracked vehicle. And I can fit this in my garage. Just I can go hunting in it.
You actually got rifle racks on the back.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
an ideal bit of kit.
You know, I came over here to kick the tires and light the fires and take it for a spin.
Mate, that's what it's out here for now. What I will do now is call on my glamorous assistant who will take you for a drive in it and then let you have a go yourself. This is Davis. Gentleman's come all the way from Texas in America to have a look at this wonderful vehicle that you restored. This is Nick. He restored it with his brother Phil, so he's the best man to show you how it works.
Appreciate it, Bruce.
Cheers, mate.
I can tell Davis likes the look of this cat and crab, but if he takes it for a tear up round the fields and it sparks out on him, I'm gonna cry.
Right, the gears. You've got high and low range on there.
And this is your clutch over here.
Clutch is on that side, your foot brakes down this side. Ignition.
You just push it in to start it?
Just push it in.
Okay.
Germans have all the same key. You can drive a tank with that one.
Oh, wow. Nick, do you think I'm ready?
No time like the present, I think. Go for it.
You gonna ride on the back?
I'll be on there so I can get off easy if it goes wrong.
You're a brave man, sir.
Or just plain stupid.
Get away.
The cat and crab was one of the fastest tracked vehicles of World War II, able to go 50 miles an hour, and Davis is pushing it to the limit. I hope she holds up. The steering is its weak point. If one part fails, the whole thing goes kaput. And it's taking one hell of a beating, just like Nick.
Well, you certainly got the hang of that.
Bruce, this is fantastic.
Told you it was good, mate, didn't I?
Oh,
it's a complete rebuild. They really fly.
I felt like I was going 40, and, you know, it's pretty rough terrain.
Yeah,
This is fantastic. I was shocked he was still on the back when I pulled up.
Got bruises all over.
Have you? So what do you reckon then, Davis? I mean, obviously, is it a bit of you?
I love it. Gotta have it.
Well,
Let's talk.
I'm asking £130,000 for it.
That's a lot of money, and that's a, you know, I've seen a few. I haven't seen any this nice, but if I take it right now off your hands, what can you do for me?
I only like to let people have these things that really are into them. I mean, I can see, I could see your smile from 100 yards away, right? So, look, what I can do for you, I'll knock £5 off. I'll do it for 125,000. How's that?
Brother, you got yourself a deal.
There you go.
What a result! Davis is one happy camper. That crad originally cost me 60k. I've spent another 20 restoring it, so that leaves me a healthy profit of 45 grand. And Davis was so happy with his purchase, he's gone full whack and bought almost 15 grand's worth of the Battle of Normandy gear I picked up. I think that calls for a celebration.
We've had a right touch with our American friend, so we're having a Texan barbecue. Little appreciation, thank you, for helping me complete the sale of that wonderful cat crab.
What are we having to eat, Bruce? Is it the horse that came with that hat?
There's always one.
You've got some ribs here, you've got some chicken kebabs, and you've got some horse. I don't know. Whatever this was running around the garden yesterday. Take. Ribs.
Oh, I'm starving.
All right.
Come on, what you got?
You're on a diet.
Bruce, why would you do that? Like, who wants to eat that?
Come on here.
Yes.
Good?
All right.
There you go.
Nice, mate.
With any luck, this will be the start of a very profitable relationship with Davis, my new best friend from across the pond. Cheers, boys. Well done. Thanks for all the hard work. Thanks a lot. Much appreciated. What a week I've had. I've unearthed some absolute gems in northern France.
It's 100%.
100%, mate. That's beautiful. Pulled off one almighty sale.
I'll do it for 125,000.
Brother, you got yourself a deal. And made one very happy new client.